I'm going to walk through the Scotsman Undercounter medium cube ice maker as if I were sitting at my kitchen island, coffee in hand, trying to decide if this is the kind of appliance that will actually solve the little ice craving moments that keep popping up in my week. Most of us have been there. You need a steady supply of clear, hard cube ice for a cocktail night, a family barbecue, or just the occasional glass of water. And the last thing you want is a freezer that takes forever to freeze a tray or a bag that melts before you get to the party. The real question is whether the machine lives up to its promise of 227 pounds per day without turning your countertop into a mini waterworks. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First, let's talk about the situation that makes an undercounter unit appealing. You've got a decent amount of kitchen space, but you don't want a bulky freestanding freezer taking up floor real estate. You probably already have a dishwasher and a sink nearby, so the idea of a compact appliance that plugs into a standard water line and spits out ice on demand feels like a perfect fit. The Scotsman is built for exactly that niche, a 24-inch wide cabinet-sized box that slides into a lower cabinet, with adjustable 6-inch legs that let you level it even if your cabinets aren't perfectly square. That little bit of flexibility is worth mentioning because I've seen a lot of undercounter units wobble or sit crooked, which leads to uneven water flow and, ultimately, inconsistent cubes. Now, the daily output claim, 227 pounds per day, can sound a little intimidating if you're not used to thinking in pounds of ice. In plain terms, that's roughly 130 cubes per hour, enough to keep a busy bar stocked for several days or to fill up a large cooler for a weekend gathering without running out. If you're a home entertainer who throws a cocktail party once a month, you'll never hit that ceiling, but the capacity gives you a safety net. The storage bin holds 80 pounds of ice, so you can keep a decent reserve on hand without having to run the machine continuously. That's a practical strength. You don't have to listen to the machine humming all night. You can make a batch, let it sit, and have ice ready for the next day's dinner. What really matters in day-to-day use is how easy it is to keep the system clean and reliable. The front access air filter is a small but handy feature. You can pull it out without having to pull the whole unit out of the cabinet. That means you can clear dust or debris that might otherwise affect ice clarity without a major disassembly. The recessed utility chase also keeps the water line and power cord tucked away, which not only looks cleaner but reduces the chance of accidental snags or trips. In a kitchen that already feels crowded, those little conveniences can make a noticeable difference. On the flip side, there are a couple of hidden trade-offs that many shoppers overlook until the first few weeks. Because the machine sits under the counter, you need a dedicated water line that can be plumbed directly to the unit. If you're renting or don't have a spare line in the cabinet, you'll either have to hire a plumber or settle for a manual fill, and the manual option defeats the purpose of on-demand ice. The installation isn't impossible for a DIY-savvy person, but it's not as plug-and-play as a countertop portable ice maker. Also, the 80 pounds bin, while generous, is still a bin you'll have to empty regularly if you're running the machine at high capacity. That can be a minor inconvenience during an event where you're constantly refilling a cooler. Who should seriously consider this model? Small to medium restaurants, coffee shops, or catering businesses that need a reliable supply of clear cubes without allocating floor space to a full-size freezer will find the Scotsman's production rate and compact footprint very appealing. Home users who entertain frequently, think weekly Winnie and cheese gatherings, weekend BBQs, or a home bar setup, will also appreciate the ability to store a day's worth of ice in the bin and avoid the hassle of buying bags from the store. If you already have a decent water hookup in the lower cabinet and you don't mind a modest amount of routine maintenance, this machine slides nicely into that lifestyle. Conversely, if your ice needs are sporadic, maybe you only need a few cubes a month, the upfront cost and installation effort may not be justified. Renters who can't run new plumbing in the kitchen should probably look at portable countertop models that can be filled manually. Likewise, anyone who prefers a completely hands-off experience might be put off by the need to empty the bin and clean the filter every few weeks. The Scotsman is built to be robust. The certified construction means the cabinet meets industry standards for durability and safety, but that durability comes with an expectation that you'll keep up with basic upkeep. A practical scenario that illustrates the balance. Imagine